Hi guys, welcome back. Thanks for watching. So this is going to be another Valentine's edition. So alongside the two looks that I've already filmed, one will be a Bobby Valentine's and one is a general high-end Valentine's video, and this one is going to be a drugstore. So I thought, why not cover all angles of makeup ownership out there and what, you know, trends and what people like to wear. So I've got to admit, it was a bit of a struggle this morning trying to find a Valentine's Day look with drugstore, and that is not me being a snob. It is because I literally haven't bought anything from that side of things for a little while, which is why this is actually really refreshing. So, you know, there's definitely things that I prefer from high-end. You know that I prefer my skincare from there anyway, but that's not to say that there isn't some really good ones out there. For years I used number 7 and absolutely loved it. So, but I have managed to get a few bits together to try and create a Valentine's Day look, and I'm thinking that this is what most girls might have in their makeup bags from the, you know, the times when you're a student and you don't have much money. To like when you just run out and you're passing a train station Boots and you run in and get yourself a mascara, which actually is where I made one of my biggest discoveries, which was the Maybelline Lash Sensational, which actually, like, on my days off and when I'm just sort of having, you know, a really casual day at home, or, you know, going out, I absolutely love this mascara. It is amazing, and a lot of my makeup artist friends feel the same way. So yeah, Lash Sensational, it is amazing. So I'm going to use that today. So exactly, I discovered that one time when we went on a road trip and forgot to pack a few of the essentials, and we ended up popping into, it feels like we pop into a Boots, literally me and my husband have this joke that we pop into a Boots every holiday or road trip that we go on, and that if we don't do it now, like, it's not tradition, so we have to. Usually it ends up being at the airport or like Victoria train station, something like that, but you know, whether somebody's got a cold or we've forgotten something, we usually have to pop into a Boots and, you know, get your advantage points. So while we're in there I usually do a little bit of shopping. Yeah, so I found a few things. So today's look is going to be a very quick and easy 5-minute what you have in the bottom of your makeup bag Valentine's Day look when your husband comes home and surprises you. You don't think he's going to take you out and he's like, I'm taking you out. Knocks you off your feet because you weren't expecting it, and you're like, yay, that's really good. And then you're like, I've got 5 minutes, get ready. Cheers for that. Okay, so, which is not what my husband is going to be doing, is it, Michael? Is it? You are going to be well prepared because there's Valentine's Day, and then 2 days later is my birthday. I'm going to be 34 this year. So, you know, after being with me for 5 years, married to me for 4, you think he's probably learnt his lesson by now. He knows which way to do it, because when I first met, I told him that I'd had boyfriends who said, right, you can either do Valentine's Day or your birthday. Which one do you want to do? That is a surefire way to get dumped, mate. So, Michael has always been very good and done both. I'm a very, very lucky girl, I know that. So actually, I'm working this year on Valentine's Day. And we do make a big deal out of it because I love Valentine's Day. I love love. I love making a big deal for most things. So, you know, that is just me. This year, I think he's probably going to cook me dinner, which is very sweet and pretty amazing because it's almost better than going to a restaurant because he is such a good cook. So really it's a win-win situation, but we'll probably do like Marks Spencer dine-in thing because it's always such good food. Right, so I've done my skincare, so we've got 5 minutes to go. So first things first, I'm not actually going to bother with a primer because I don't have a high street one. So my skincare has primer in it, Bobbi Brown, there we go. Skincare doesn't count. This is all about drugstore makeup, okay? So here we go. I'm going to use this foundation, which is Maybelline Fit Me. And actually, it is matte and poreless. It's actually for normal to oily skin. I'm not really sure why I picked this one up because I'm so dry. But actually, the coverage is amazing. And the like 5 times that I've used it, I've actually been really, really impressed. So, but first things first, I'm gonna use a bit of Revolution Ultra Strobe Cream. So I'm just gonna pop a little bit on first as a base to give me a bit of luminosity quickly. So I'm going to rub that in real quick. Just a nice little glow. Okay, so next I'm using Ivory in the Fit Me foundation. Looks a bit dark to me, but never mind. Let's give this a blend. Okay, so that is my foundation done. That's actually given a really lovely coverage for me. It's a little bit heavier coverage than I would normally use, but that's okay for tonight as it's a date night. And I've just applied that using my Real Techniques sponge. So next, concealer. So I'm going to use Wake Me Up Concealer by Rimmel. I'm just going to very quickly dot that onto the areas I need some coverage. And just blend that in real quick. I want my makeup to last the night, so I'm going to use some Natural Collection loose powder. Again, I don't usually use a powder unless there's a reason, like a long day or something, but I'm going to give this a go just to give me a little bit of extra coverage and just set everything. So I'm just taking that all over the face. And that's just going to minimise any shine we have. Lovely. So we're still getting that nice glow through from the strobe cream, which is really, really nice. Okay, next, so blusher, and I'm going to use Max Factor. This is a really beautiful blusher, actually. I bought it for a wedding a couple of years ago, and actually it's got a beautiful marbling to it. This is the Cream Puff blush in number 5, Lovely Pink. It's actually really girly and really pretty. So take that onto there and just gently press that in. It isn't too pigmented at all, so it's really nice and natural, but also you may need to do a little bit of building with that, but it's very pretty. Okay, next I'm going to use a little bit of highlighter, and I'm going to use e.l.f. I know that technically it's not drugstore, you have to get it online still at the minute, but it is a really good price. So I think this cost me something like £3, and that is a beautiful shimmery pink highlighter, and that is in Pink Diamonds. I think it was like £3 or something. It was amazing. I love their stuff. Their blushes are amazing, actually. I know it's eyes, lips and face, but I call it e.l.f. So okay, just taking that over the cheek. Okay, so next I'm going to do eyes. I've got some Makeup Academy in Ivory. Oh sorry, it's champagne, but it looks like an ivory. Okay, so I'm just going to take that all over the lid and under the brow, just to open up the eye. Next I'm going to use some Bourjois and I can't actually see what the colour is on this because the price covers it. It's an Intense 01 and it is a beautiful shimmery gold colour eyeshadow from Bourjois that I haven't used for a while. I'm just literally going to apply that to the lid with my finger because it's a glitter, and I'm just going to press that in. Okay, that's given a really nice shimmer. I'm going to follow on with a Bourjois ombre in number 13, which is like a dark purple but with a shimmer. I'm just going to take the blending brush and I'm literally just going to push a tiny amount of that into my crease. Same on the other eye. Don't have a lot of pigment, so you do have to build them up, but they do have magnificent sparkle. So we're keeping it actually quite neutral on the lid. So the outer V. Okay, so next I'm going to take it on a small brush and I'm going to run that underneath my lash line to do a slightly smoky look. Very slightly. I'm going to pop a little bit more on the lid, so a little bit more of the gold. I'm going to take a little bit of Rimmel's Special Eyes Precision Eyeliner, and that is in Black Magic, and I'm just going to take that into my waterline on the bottom. Same on the other side. Keep the top of the lash line on top of the lid really natural, actually, because I've got that lovely golden colour that I want people to see. So next I'm going to use my Lash Sensational by Maybelline. Lash Sensational, I can never say that. Lash Multiplying Mascara, and that is in Intense Black. And this is still one of my favourites. It's got a lovely wand. And it feels like you can just keep applying for ages to get the super volume that you want. So the volume that this mascara can give is amazing. Look how fluttery that is. It's like almost as good as Falsies. So we've got a nice really natural eye on the lid, which has got no liner or anything like that, so people are really going to take into account the beautiful lashes, which is kind of what I wanted. So last thing to do is some brows. Lovely Ruby and Millie eye brush, which I really am loving for doing my brows. Okay, so I don't have a brow product. I did have a Maybelline one. I don't have a brow product that is drugstore, so I'm going to use this lovely Makeup Academy makeup palette, and I'm going to use one of the browns to do my brows. So I'm probably going to use one of the darker ones down that end. So I've literally just taken 2 straight lines with my slanted brush across here and under here and blended that eyeshadow in, which is a really nice, soft, not too defined brow for today, because we want this to be a fairly natural look. So it's all going to be about the lips on this one. So I've just done my brows, so you have to excuse them. I literally need to get them waxed so bad, but I've done the best because now I don't have a brow product. So last but not least, we're going to do our Valentine's lips. So I'm going to use Revlon Colourburst pencil or matte balm, and that is in 250 Stand Out. Yeah, we do want it to stand out. These are really nice. They're lovely and easy to draw. They're lovely and easy to draw with. Okay, so I'm just going to apply that. These are so easy to use, especially if you're on the go. I like that you can make these work for you even if, you know, you're just digging around the bottom of your bag. You don't need a separate lip liner, which is good because I don't have one. So there we go. Quick 5-minute drugstore, at the bottom of my makeup bag, Valentine's Day look done for when your husband surprises you. which I hope all of your husbands and boyfriends and partners surprise you this Valentine's Day. It's always good to remind each other and tell each other how we feel. So I hope you all get spoiled rotten this Valentine's Day. So I've gone for minimal brows, a really nice coverage foundation, kept it really natural and girly on the cheeks, minimal concealer. I would say that's the only thing that I'm probably missing, is I could do with a little bit more concealer there, but we've only got 5 minutes, so that's fine. Love the highlighter and absolutely in love with that mascara. It's amazing. Maybelline, loving the Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara. It is literally so good, and it does last all night as well. So we've gone for a very subtle lid on the eye, and the tiniest hint of a smoky underneath. Okay, so have a happy Valentine's Day, guys. This is Drugstore Valentine's Day done. See you soon. Bye.